Hey guys, what's going on? PrecisionEditz here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 2 of Road to Be a Beast Editor. And today we're going to be going over how to add effects to your clips and keyframes. You're going to really need to pay attention to the keyframe part. They're kind of hard to explain, and with me, it's kind of hard for me to explain them. So I guess when you're done, go mess around with them and see what they do. So first we're going to go over here, we're going to import a clip. So we're going to click twice in the open gray area, and let's see what I want to import. Let's add something cool. Let's find something in here. Let's add our quad clip right here. So now we have this, and this is a 43 seconds. It's kind of long. I don't know why it's so long. But we have our quad clip here. So how to make this, how to be able to see it. If I showed this in the last video, I think I did, I'm not sure. But if I didn't, you simply click on this, pull out until you see this rectangle and square, drop it into this gray area in the timeline, and bam, you have your clip. Oh, and by the way, I was spazzing out like a mofo in this. I was like, just like Jesus. But so make sure you put this as well on auto, so then it gets you the fastest, nicest, and fastest resolution that you can see. So it's on half. So how do we add effects? You can go in here to animation and presets, click on whatever, but there are tons and tons more inside of this little scroll thing. If you open this up, there's not much, but that's not with After Effects. This right here is. So let's say you want to make this screen get bigger. Actually, let's say if you want to brighten the screen up. Let's brighten the screen up. So what we're going to do is we're going to search up brightness and contrast, and as you can see, type in brightness and it appears right here. Click on it like you did when you're importing it into here. Drag it until you see the big rectangle and square. Hover over the blue bar right down here in the timeline and release, and you will see the heck. And sorry, and you will see brightness and contrast appear right here. This is pretty much where you're going to do most of your editing. That's how you add effects. Not too hard. But keyframes is another story, and we're going to get to keyframes in just a second once we add some effects here. So I want you guys just to do this. Go over to a shot if you guys have a shot in your video. We're going to go over to our very first one. Where is it? So it's right on here. So I think it's right here. So we'll come up and I go bang. So when the first shot occurs when on Battlefield, when your screen jolts up, kind of does that little thing right there. So it's right there. So these are the first 2 frames of our shot. So go to your first shot, and here's what I want you guys to do. Go to the exact frame, which is right here. 31 or 32F is my frame. In between what seconds? In between like the freaking, I don't even know. But I'm doing, oh, by the way, guys, I'm zooming in with this little bar down here. If you guys didn't know that, this zooms your timeline in and out. You can see each individual frame or your entire clip by zooming all the way out. So we're going to zoom all the way in, and we can go between these two, and this is our shot. So we want to add brightness right when the shot occurs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to these little stopwatches, and these create keyframes. The keyframe is the start or an end of an effect, pretty much. It means an effect is in place at that time. It's either starting or ending. So that's pretty much what a keyframe is. You have to know when they're starting, when they're ending. It won't tell you, but once you get the hang of it, it doesn't take long for you to understand. I promise, if you just go in and start messing with stuff, messing with the keyframes, you'll get the hang of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to our brightness and contrast. We're going to press these two little stopwatches and create keyframes. So this just means that we created an effect, and the effect has nothing. It's on 0.0, 0.0. So pretty much there's an effect on here, but it's not doing anything. It's not affecting this. It's not affecting anything on the screen yet. So we're going to go over one frame, and now is when we're going to add an effect. We're going to go to our brightness and put it up to 50. We're going to go to our contrast and put it to 30. Actually, put it to 50 as well. You can simply click on it like this until you can go like that, or you can just slide. You can click on it and slide it back and forth like so. But I like clicking on it and typing it in so it can be more accurate, so it doesn't take a long time to do that. So now we have 50 and 50. So on this frame, there's an effect, but it's not doing anything because the keyframes are selected. Once you select the keyframes, it automatically selects for the entire clip because there is an effect on there. So right here, there's nothing. For rest of all the video before it, until this exact frame, there is no effect. There is not a single effect on it. Up until this frame right here, we add brightness and contrast, but it doesn't do anything. We haven't increased it, haven't decreased it, nothing. So we went over one frame and we increased the brightness and contrast to 50, and now the effects are taking place on your screen. So now you're like, well, how do I stop it? Just like the way you added it. You can go over one frame and turn them off by putting them back down to 0. But to make it look nice and cool, we're going to go over 10 frames. So you can just do the math in your head or whatever. So we're going to go over to frame 42, which is right here, frame 42. And we're going to click up here, put 0 in for the brightness, and put 0 in for the contrast. And now it's back to the original form. So as you can see, it looks kind of cool. So you go from nice and easy to bang, it goes really bright in the shot. And I believe that's not even a shot. What the heck? Whatever. I don't even care. I just did it when the thing jiggled, so that's what you said. But that's not a shot. That's my bad. I'm all tired. But we just did it from when this scope kind of just goes all over the place. I think it's a grenade or something. But anyway, so that's adding effects. To see the keyframes, you simply go down to your clip, click on the name of it, and press the U on your keyboard, and you see these triangles. You're like, what are these? These are the keyframes. These are cute little keyframes. What do these do? You can move the brightness. You can affect each individual keyframe by simply clicking on it, moving it back and forth. And what this does, you can increase the time from when you want the effect to start, or from you want the effect to end. So if you want the effect to end longer, you can click this and drag it on like this, and it will take forever for the brightness to get back down. Or if you want to use both of them, you can click above it, drag down, make sure you're holding on to the left mouse stick or the left mouse button until they're both highlighted yellow, and you can move them together like so. Or you can do the shift thing where you can click down, click one of them, hold shift, click the other one, and they're both selected. That's kind of keyframes. Also, you can hover over them to see what they are and their qualities. So at 22 seconds and 45 milliseconds, we have an effect on there that is at 0. At 22 seconds 45, same with this one, there's 0 effect. So if we go over this one, it says at 22 seconds and 33 milliseconds, we're up to 50. So that gives you the quantity, or I think it's a quantity if that's a word for it. It gives you the amount of effect that's on there. So there's 50 on this other one, and behind it there's 0. So that's how I can tell what keyframe is which. Also, the rows will tell what effect is which. So brightness is on this little row. They're separated by gray lines right here. So that's how I can tell what keyframes are which and what effects are which. So if we want to, let's say, make it take a little bit longer for it to start up, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna actually zoom in all the way, and these two are highlighted. So we're gonna move this to the middle. That was my bad right there. Whatever. That's keyframes, guys. Hopefully you guys understand kind of what they do. You can move this down to make the effect last longer, or you can make it shorter for the effect to last shorter. You can move the first one back so it takes a longer time for the effect to get to its maximum height or maximum effect. And you can do that. Some effects look good like that, some effects don't. Personally, this effect looks good if it changes immediately, and then it kind of drops down a little bit quicker. But yeah, so go in, mess with keyframes, see what they do. Make sure you get to know them, because that's what we're going to be using in a lot of the tutorials I'm going to be uploading. So that's keyframes, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and leave a like, rating, and subscribe for more tutorials. I'm out. Peace.